Okay, guys, here we go. Today we're going to watch a video. This is woke people making fools of themselves for a little bit of reaction and conversation. Now, I'm not looking to pick on anybody specifically. I may if somebody strikes me as so fanatical or so over the edge that they're funny, I'm going to laugh. But these fascinate me because the extremes people go to, and the reason I say that is no matter who you are, where you're from, what you do, life is gonna suck sometimes, and it's gonna be difficult sometimes. And when you see people so entirely unable to deal with that without just absolutely losing their shit, I wonder how they get through life every day. And I'm just curious to see what you guys think. If you agree with me on this, or if it's just me being too harsh again. Now, I will admit I've seen some of these compilations before, and sometimes I think people get called out for being over the top or too psychotic, and they're really not that bad. But for the most part, typically it's pretty bad. So let's go. Let me move my giant melon here. Now the link to this original video. Oh, I'm put it full screen. The link to this original video is in the description, as always. If you guys want to check that out. I'm trying to think where would it be. Let's try down here. All right, and we got a bunch of the gang coming in. Chrome is in, Zuchen, 309 Wolf, Kid Cayuga, Joseph Verloth, Max Wolf. All right, let's go. Let's take a look and see what we got here. And I want again have some conversation about it.
Welcome back to Alpha Central. I'm your host, Jack, and today we're taking a look at when woke people make fools of themselves. But let's jump right in, right after you subscribe, of course.
Disclaimer, this video was made for strictly comedic/artistic purposes. No offense is intended towards any individual featured in this video.
Do you identify
Very good disclaimer, bro.
as black? No, it's a serious question because you might
Yeah,
not identify. Can you please put the
There's another option? I mean, I'm asking a serious question. You can now identify as an entirely different race? I'm gonna just from seeing this gentleman, I'm going to assume he identifies as black, but maybe I shouldn't make those assumptions. I don't know.
No, it's a serious question because
And it's a serious question. Okay.
you might not identify. Can you please put the mic? Thank you. Okay.
Ooh, she's got attitude, don't she?
I'm not done with my question. I am not done with my question.
Well, that's just a rude way of behaving. Only because she asked him a question, and he went to answer, and I am not doing my question. And see this now, I already don't like her already. She's already a bitch. Sorry.
Oh, young lady.
I'm just asking you to listen to me.
And I'm about to answer the first question.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was answering your question.
Okay. Yeah, I'm black.
How disrespectful.
Am I wrong? I don't know how people in those situations even put up with that without just ripping them apart. How disrespectful is right. You asked the question. He went to answer it, and you got your attitude up. You got your cockles up. Entitled brat. Exactly, Chrome. So I'm not wrong. I mean, immediately I would just be mocking her now. If that's the way you initially came at me, and taking that attitude when again you asked the question and all I was going to do was answer it for you, I don't have any respect for you anymore. That's crazy.
She asked him a question and cut him off as soon as he started answering.
Yeah,
this news article about men that think that they could beat Serena Williams in tennis,
Ooh.
right? That they think that they could actually score a point on her, and it's just not the case.
Is she insane? No, listen, I know a little bit about this because I'm a big Serena Williams fan. For one thing, I think she is insanely hot. Okay, I just had an image of Serena Williams in my mind for a moment there. I had to pause. But she's I probably shouldn't get too far ahead. It might even cover that. Serena has already addressed that herself. She was talking about playing. I can't remember who the player was, but a male player from her era, and that had been suggested to her that she try and play him, and she was trying to tell people he would just demolish me. It's just the difference in physical strength, speed is just too much. Let me wait and see if they cover that.
What's your experience been? Male, female?
Both Serena and Venus lost to the 203rd ranked male tennis player, which
Ooh.
they're phenoms for women. My experience.
Oh,
my husband
lost to
swam at University
203.
of Kentucky as
Ouch.
well. In terms of accolades and in terms of
Oh,
national
shit.
ranking, I was a much better swimmer than him. He could kick my butt any day of the week without trying.
Actually, it's funny because
But oh, here it is. Oh, good, they're going to cover it because I was going to say, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a reality. Generally speaking, men are going to, men average height is more so than women. Men are generally stronger than women. So if you're talking the elites in both men and women, if it's something that depends on physical strength, speed, women are going to lose. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way things are. Andy Murray, that's
who's been joking about myself and him playing a match, and I'm like, Andy, seriously, like, are you kidding me? Because
this is what I was talking about.
Tennis and men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost two separate sports. So I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed.
You know.
And she's just being real. And then, if I remember right, she took a lot of heat for saying that because apparently the truth will bring a lot of heat down on you. But she knows, she plays. And there's no... the thing that gets me is it's not disrespectful. And there's nothing demeaning about saying that. It's just the nature of the beasts and that men are built bigger and stronger than women in general. Yeah, Chrome says men have around 30% more muscle mass on average. Exactly. Serena versus prime angry John McEnroe. Well, that's what she's saying. It wouldn't be fair. Hell, just the metrics. I mean, we have ways of measuring the speed of serve, everything like that. It's not the same game, and it wouldn't be fair for a woman to play. And you guys might be able to inform me more of this. I'm not sure I have this right. Didn't a 15 and under boys soccer team beat one of the women's national teams? I think it was the U.S. women's national team. And again, that's not to demean the women. It just points out that, yes, that did happen. Okay. That's what I thought I had seen that. And that's not throwing stones at anybody. That's just the harsh reality of biology. I don't know why that would be controversial.
Athlete herself even admits she can't beat men.
Okay. 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 No, wait a second. Okay. I don't have a problem with anything that, who was it? They said, except for get off my fucking campus now. Well, this is the part that gets me. You can be whoever you want to be as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a shit. But what right do you have to tell someone else that they can't be on your campus and that they can't have a perspective that is different from your own? That's when the shit starts to get to me. Who the fuck are you? Because this person, again, doesn't view life, doesn't view a specific topic the same way you do. They should be silenced. That's why when we talk about woke, and people say you can't define it, yes, I can define woke. The problem is the people who are considered woke, like in this instance, actually don't reflect what the term actually means. And we see a lot of that. Just because you call yourself woke doesn't mean you're acting woke. Woke just means very in tune with social justices and like things within our society. But what woke has become because of people like this is you will do everything my way or you will be select one, a Nazi, a fascist, a racist, a xenophobe. You have to be a misogynist. You have to be something if you don't agree with me. That's how woke, the word, has been hijacked. I'm just checking to see what everybody else is saying. She's 17. If anyone needs to shut the fuck up, it's her. And I don't mind her age. You know, nothing. I don't have anything against 17-year-olds, but again, who the hell does she think she is? Okay. Well, that's an intelligent argument.
This person is really out here demanding.
So is that you really expect any type of respect or someone to take you seriously if your argument is "fuck you" screamed at the top of your voice? Hold on, we got a super chat here, guys. Thanks for the super chat, Rams. Rams says most of the time the crazy people are loudest in the movement. That's a good point. I said that all along. What really hurts groups like let's say trans people is I don't know a ton of trans people in my life. I've known personally. I've known several here online, and personally, I've known a handful. They're all pretty regular people, you know, regular folks, and they're friends, but they don't conduct themselves the way that we see the trans activists not portrayed, what we see from the trans activists online. And that's unfortunate because I think the rank and file, the majority of trans people are just trying to live whatever they feel is their best life and don't want issues and don't want attention. But that gets hijacked because listen, nobody's going to get a lot of clicks telling a story about a trans person who's just going about their day-to-day life. You get a lot of clicks telling the story of trans people that are acting like or are psychopaths like this. Okay. Decided not to
the
play.
respect, yet can't respect a single person in the room.
You're on
True.
TikTok every day showing us how big you are.
Pierce.
And you're proud of it.
No. There's a difference. There's proud, and then there's just being positive in my own skin, and that's what I am.
Right.
I'm not proud to be fat.
Would you?
Okay. Now this is one I can speak on because you're particularly allowed to speak on something if you're a member of that group. I'm a fat guy. So I'll tell you my thoughts on this because this has been a thing lately for those of you who haven't seen. There's a lot of fat activists. I don't know what the hell they call themselves. They're fat activists as far as I'm concerned, talking about how life is unfair to them because airplane seats are too small and they should be awarded or given 2 seats for the price of 1 to accommodate their size, and that's a bunch of bullshit. But let's see what this guy has to say, and then we'll talk about it.
You are morbidly obese.
Look, if that's what medically you want to call it, then call it.
Well, yeah,
Well,
that's
you know
what it
your
is.
No. But that's, yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Right, so here's my issue
that.
with this body positivity thing. People shouldn't be celebrating being morbidly obese.
I
in my
agree with him.
estimation.
But that's the.
I don't think you should celebrate it at all.
It's a dangerous condition that causes many people to die.
No point in even arguing with
Yeah, I agree with. I don't always agree with Pierce Morgan. I agree with him 100% here. Now, I can tell you as somebody, I weigh right now because I haven't been doing well with keeping tabs on my weight. Right now, I'm about 291. The difference in how I feel between 291 and if I go down to like 250 is night and day. I know that my body is struggling more. I'm very fortunate that for whatever reason, I have my whole life, my body has been like a tank. I've told you guys, it's not my opinion. I've been diagnosed with extreme bone density. My organs are really healthier than they should be considering what I put myself through. But no, it's not a healthy way to live. I feel much better when I take weight off. And to say, rather than trying to make oneself healthy, just say, well, I'm comfortable in my body. That's good for you. But you shouldn't be, I don't think you should be out there promoting that to others. I'm comfortable the way I am. Well, you probably shouldn't be. I'm way overweight. Am I comfortable where I am? No, I would like to be much thinner. I'll bet you this guy would like to be much thinner, but he's not. You know why? Same reason I'm not. It's hard, and I like eating Twinkies. Alfarius, thank you for the super chat. Says you call them future diabetics and heart attack victims. You're 100% right. I mean, my chances of a heart attack or an issue of that nature are much elevated because of my weight, and I know that. I'm fortunate that I still, I still am active. You guys know, whatever I want to do. If I want to go down to the Y and play basketball, which I do every so often, I can play. If I want to go out and play some pickleball, I can play. Whatever I want to do. I'm fortunate with that, especially with what I put myself through in wrestling. But I don't do it at a level that's as peak as it could be, and that's because I'm a fat guy. But I don't think the whole rest of the world has to accommodate me. This is my eating habits that made me fat. This is me not taking care of things. And I've always said, if I get too big to where when I get on a plane, I need a belt extender, I will stop flying. And I don't give a shit what it is. I'll drive, because it's not anybody else's responsibility to have to deal with my rolls of fat coming over into their space. That's how I feel about it. Rosa says, moving to Europe helps with losing weight since their food is so much healthier. I've heard that. I think we're pretty much, aren't we in America? We're the world leader in junk food. Is that fair to say? And I love junk food, as is told by my weight. Soda Boy says, I ruptured 2 discs in my back and herniated one in my neck in a weightlifting mishap. Oh, shit. Been in constant pain since 2007, but it was 100% more manageable when I weighed 170 compared to now 240. 100%. I agree with you. I have the same thing many years ago while wrestling. I tore the muscles loose from the bone on my lower back. I've noticed that flares up on me a lot more if I'm heavy than if my weight is down. So it's just the total stress it puts on your body. I know it puts a lot more stress on my knees, joints. So no, it's not something to celebrate because you're body positive about it. I don't know why you would be positive about being fat.
Instead of
There's nothing
using
positive
the
about
typical
it.
mom and dad parent titles,
What?
there's actually gender neutral and non-binary parent titles that
Nope, I ain't doing that. Just saying, no, I like mom and dad. Mom and dad is traditional. If somebody doesn't fit into that role, that's fine. They can use whatever they want, but I'm not taking part in that, and I'm not recognizing that.
Pom-pom, Salsa.
Yeah, I don't think me or anyone from my generation could have done that with our parents. What in the hell did you just call me?
Personally, I've...
Yeah. I could call my dad Pom Pom. Yeah, I would have got that Pom Poms beat right out of me.
Mom Zaza, but what else can I expect?
That was good.
And you know that's like
that's insanity to me. No, I'm not playing that game. I like that. I mean, to me, mom and dad, and you guys know, for an old guy, I'm not necessarily a traditionalist. A lot of things I prefer more in the modern sense than I do the era from my generation. But yeah, mom and dad, that works just fine with me. I see some Clips Me Boy says, I see someone, they had their mom and their phone as birth giver. Yeah. It's always going to be mom for me. And like you say, if somebody else wants to call their mom birth giver, that's fine. But if you think that this is the type of thing that will become the norm because there's a small percentage, that phrasing, a small percentage of the society wants to use that, you're wrong.
way to stand, right? Like,
what?
You're over
Well,
here,
you're feminists
I
are
tell you
smelly.
I'm actually half handicapped, so that's very offensive. That you...
Okay, now, let's be fair. This woman, I know she's going to be the point of, she's the woke person making a fool of themselves, but this kid's trying to call them out too. You feminists are smelly. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm a big believer in freedom of speech. He can say what he wants, but I can see somebody getting pissed off with that, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a reaction. Jiggy Watts, thanks for the super chat. He says, they say a dog is a man's best friend and diamonds are a girl's best friend, but my friend's non-binary, so I got them a pet rock. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty funny. But yeah, he's just trying to antagonize her.
Yeah. So
no, you're not.
Being a high conflict is part of your personality disorder.
But
why are you looking at women with your eyes?
Are you a woman?
Oh my God! So you?
Well, wait. I
didn't even know.
I'm
I'm sorry.
non-binary, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I was just now. Wait a second. She just got upset by that, and really, I mean, and she just said I'm non-binary, so he was right to ask. No, I mean he's still being a dick. There's no two ways about it. He's just being a dick, trying to draw people out.
I was trying to be polite.
Shirley can't handle the same exact logic she uses every day.
Yeah, I think she caught herself a little bit there because she was gonna come fire him back at him, and then she realized, oh wait, I am non-binary, so he was right to ask. Yeah, Angel says there's no winning in this situation. Yeah, see, I'm not one for that. I'm not going to go out there holding a sign just trying to antagonize people, and that's what he's doing. So that makes him kind of a dick. It makes her not all that bright for engaging with him, just because that's what he's looking for. So neither one of them are too smart.
Full speech, like, you gotta get men, you gotta bring the men, you gotta like buy the tickets. Like, went to Indiana Jones and Jaws and every movie that Steven Spielberg's ever made. And by the way, he's never made a movie with a female lead.
Oh wait.
Sorry, Steven.
Oh, I'd
I
have
don't
to.
mean to call you
I'd
out,
have to
but
think.
It's true.
I don't believe that's true. Color purple. That's right.
Thank you. Okay, I'm wrong.
Hey,
That now there to me, you can say a lot of things are stupid, a lot of things are dumb. That's the epitome of stupid, because you went out there on stage in front of a bunch of people, and a Google search could have told you were about to say something idiotic. Let's find out. Let's find out how hard it would have been. Did Steven Spielberg make any films with a female lead?
Here's an answer from Upworthy.com and ThePlaylist.net.
Films with female leads such as Sugarland Express and the BFG, and that doesn't even mention Color Purple. So there are others. So in other words, she could have said that same thing to her phone and saved herself from looking completely stupid on stage. But to some people, I don't think looking stupid is that big a deal. Valley Girl accent. Oh, I can't stand those Valley Girl accents. And Ram says a good point. Honestly, even if he does, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily misogyny. It's maybe the stories he's interested in have male leads. I mean, you're entitled to that, aren't you? Well, maybe not.
She may have gotten owned, but at least she actually admitted to her mistakes.
Nobody needs you to
She didn't have much
advocate
choice.
how difficult it is
That-
to use gender-neutral pronouns. Nobody said that the gender binary was easy. These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them, or you will not refer to me.
You come at for me. You come at me with anything like that, and I don't care what the topic is. You're not referring to me. Go fuck yourself. I won't refer to you. I don't care. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Jesus Christ.
At all. Just don't refer
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Well, it's just,
Yeah.
I shall no longer refer to you at all.
Sounds good.
Well, guess we're...
I'm 100% with him. So we don't refer to you. But this is just people looking for attention. She's out. And we all know that the most important thing on social media is to become a social media icon, or to become an influencer. And if you say things like that and you say them forcefully, they think that's going to bring the masses in behind them. But yeah, so I won't refer to you. Who gives a shit? I'm not gonna be upset about that loss at all. Jill says, I like to use the pronoun it to address people like these. Well, isn't that sometimes one of their pronouns? I'm genuinely asking. I thought it was. Ghost says these people have problems. Well, I don't understand. I can't say that I can honestly say I understand feeling like I'm a different gender than I was born. But if somebody feels that way, I don't care what they do. Hey, you want to do what makes you happy, go do what makes you happy. It's when they start going out here with all the stuff like this, like the whole thing with mom and dad should no longer be socially acceptable. It should be gender. No, because a small percentage of you prefer gender neutral pronouns, gender neutral terminology. There's no reason the rest of us should adapt to it at all. None whatsoever.
To refer to this person as anything. It's as easy as that.
Sure.
Now let's hear from this ma'am with this stirring story, which I'm sure is 100% true.
Okay, what do we got here?
I was at work and a customer called me sir, and I said, sir, actually, it's a ma'am. And then everyone around started clapping.
Okay, I don't think they
the guy
did.
who said it actually got arrested.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you? And there's the Valley Girl voice, Chrome. Got arrested. So up until that point, I was going to say, as soon as you said everybody, as soon as you started the story, I figured that person, I don't know how they identify. That person, I've forgotten already how they identify. But they were lying, I thought, right? That was my first instinct. When they said everybody starts clapping, I felt more sure of it. Then they said that person got arrested, and I was positive of it. Why would you make something as asinine as that? Because again, it's one thing to have trouble, I guess, existing. It's another to just be, for lack of a better term, fucking stupid like that. I mean, that's just asinine. Nobody's going to get arrested for that. Oh, and just to break it up with a bad pun, because I love bad puns, Jiggy Watt says chocolate bars mostly identified as her, she. Rosa said that. Now, for those who don't know, Rosa doesn't mind me saying this. Rosa is a trans woman. I believe the story. I think she just left out the part where he was on coke and she heroically stopped him from eating a child. Yes. and I've had this said before too, because Rosa's a friend of ours. She's been with our community for a while, and I've had people when I've mentioned that before. So, well, how do you know? Well, I haven't met Rosa personally, but why would she have lied to me? She's been with us for years, and she told me she was trans way before it was even anything to do with the conversation. So yes, I believe Rosa is a trans person. Kaiser says, the irony is this makes it harder for a lot of people who would be described as a minority outcast. It just makes the majority have stereotypical notions instead of preconceived notions / ignorance. I completely agree with you. The activists now, because of social media, activists hurt their causes without question.
What acceptance? They best be able to take some jokes.
A woman has gone viral because she has a PhD and she took an IQ test next to some guy that she thought was just a dumb rube hillbilly.
Oh boy.
And the dumb rube hillbilly did better on the IQ test than she did.
I'm
That's
humbling.
I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry.
Let me put it right up front, and I think you guys will agree with me too. Having an education will indicate that you have a decent amount of knowledge in a specific field. It says nothing about overall intelligence, nothing. So I think some people, I think we're going to see a case this here. They get so carried away by their degree that they believe that this knowledge that has been taught to them, that they have learned, spreads out to encompass everything, and it doesn't.
2, 3, 4,
Oh,
5, 6.
predicting
2,
the outcome?
I don't know. PhD, cancer biology, scientist.
Oh man, look at her. I hope she comes in last.
6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us.
Where is it? Oh. Okay, where is it? She's fucking last. No way, she's last. And he was third. Oh, okay, so they are in order there. He was. Is it wrong to recognize that the Asian guy was first? Wait a second. That's if we're gonna play the stereotype game here, the Asian guy had to be and was first. God damn it, dude! You should have come in. You should have come in second on purpose. Just to try and beat down that stereotype. Although, who wants to get rid of a stereotype that you're smart? The other age is one. Oh, is that a dude? I can't tell. That got the 123. Were they Asian too? I can't tell. I mean, the guy who won looks clearly Asian. Could be. But still, he reinforced the stereotype there. But that's the kind of stereotype. If I'm going to have a stereotype, I want one like that. Like being smart, even if it's not true. It's a cool stereotype. Just like with black guys. Having big schlongs. Yes, please, I want that stereotype. Because by the time that, a special lady finds out that the stereotype doesn't hold water, it's kind of too late.
One of the biggest downsides to university expansion and to credentialism is that it convinces people that they're much smarter than they are.
Always feels nice to outsmart the person who thinks they're superior.
Are you taking down those
100%.
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why are you taking down flyers that aren't yours?
Because you took down our flyers. The flyers. Yeah.
I'm not taking down your flyer. It's right there.
1, 2, 3.
So what's going on? Okay. Wow, that's a lot of flyers.
I'm really proud that you can count, but that doesn't mean that you can take down other people's flyers.
Don't care.
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. That's incredibly rude.
I don't care if I'm rude to you. You're
So
a
you're going to
fascist.
say that?
Oh, you're a fascist. I mean, I get where it's. We don't know exactly what happened here, but if she was taking down his flyers, and I think that's one bulletin board putting up 6 of hers, she's an asshole. Fascist? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you're so nice. You want to impact International Women's Day?
Why are you threatened by trans women?
I'm not threatened by anyone. You seem to be really threatened by ideas that disagree with you. And you can't regulate your emotions enough to go to an event or just ignore an event that you don't agree with. You have to,
just ignore
have to go to flipping off people, and you're covering up people's
I'm a little confused on this exchange here. If she put up 7 flyers and took down his, I don't care what they were for, she's an asshole. If he's just taking down all her flyers because he doesn't agree with whatever it's promoting, then he's an asshole. But I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Oh, the word fascist, Nick Palumbo says people throw the word fascist around so much and don't even know what it means. Yeah. There's a lot of words now that have basically lost any meaning because they are thrown around constantly and in situations that are just not even close to what the word means. I mean, yeah. We get buzzwords, and certain groups will attach themselves to those buzzwords, and they just run with it, as you say, with no idea what it actually means.
No, like, you can't handle, like, you flipped me off.
Unlike you, words don't hurt me, so you can call me anything you want.
I'm going to report you that say it.
He clearly doesn't understand what a fascist is because he's unaware that he is one himself.
See, I'm not sure on that one because, again, I'm not sure exactly what happened. We got 2 people talking, but I'm not sure what went on there. It is jerky if she's taking down his. It's also jerky if he's taking down all hers. And it's also jerky if she's putting up 6 or 7 of hers on an obviously crowded bulletin board where she's taking up other people's spaces. Random Crow, thanks for joining the
Yes, it does.
The
In
channel
this
memberships.
society, it does.
Explain that to me.
Okay, hold on a second. I missed that beginning.
Doesn't mean someone gets poor.
Yes, it does.
Explain
In
that
this
to me.
society,
So I've
it does.
never
Explain
believed
that to me.
When you
bought your hat, who got poor?
The people who made the hat.
They voluntarily
What?
contributed their labor
did
and they
not.
got paid for it.
No, they did not.
They didn't.
There's workers in other countries who are enslaved to make things that I'm wearing right now.
Then why the fuck did you buy? That might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. So she knows slave labor made her clothes, and she happily purchased it anyway.
Buy it.
Yeah.
Because there's no other options in our capitalist country.
Oh, bullshit. There's American-made clothes. Oh, that's absolute garbage. What's the I'm trying to think of the company name that makes all that cold weather gear. That's 100% American. The company name's gone right out of my mind. You got one of you guys will come up with it. That's 100% untrue. Now again, you know you've got a weak argument when you have. Yes, Carhartt. Thank you. Thanks, Soda Boy. You know you have a weak argument when you immediately have to lie to back it up on something that's easily proved.
There are no other options in our capitalist
That's
country.
totally and factually incorrect. Make your own clothes.
And well, that's an option
There
too.
aren't very many options for that.
Well,
Aren't
so
many
what I'm
options
trying to
for
say is you outsource your goods and services in a capital voluntary because you don't want to spend the time to go make your own clothes.
Basing
Or
an
buy American.
entire economic system on capital, on wealth, is not the best for each person in the world.
So
We don't have to be. A system doesn't have to be the best for each person in the world. The best thing a system of government can do is offer opportunity to everyone. Equal opportunity to everyone, not equal outcome. No way should outcome ever be guaranteed. And I don't know how you guys feel. I don't get the whole thing with the hatred towards the billionaires and those that I don't give a shit. As long as they came by their money honestly, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my day-to-day. It doesn't affect my opportunities to try and make money, to try and feed my family, whatever. And as far as paying taxes, I do know that the 1%ers pay, what is it, like 60% of the income tax in America. But if they're not paying their share, that's not their fault. Then go after the system that allows too many loopholes. And it's not so much for the individuals anyway, it's the corporations that get away with murder, financial murder in America. Close the loopholes.
You would want to live in a community.
But I don't care at all if somebody else is rich. Who cares? I don't care what somebody else has got. I'm too busy worrying about what I got. They're not taking anything from me. John says, so why aren't they offering opportunity versus literally cutting funding for lower income people? You got to be more specific than that, though, John. You're making a big, huge generality. Who is they and what was cut? And because I say that's what should happen, I didn't tell you, nowhere did I say we have a perfect system of equal opportunity for all. I'm saying that's how a system should most effectively function, is with equal opportunity for everybody, but not a guaranteed outcome. Yeah, exactly. Random says, I'm too busy trying to live to be upset about what other people have. The conservative governance in charge. Again, it's all generalities. You want me to address something, cutting what funding for lower income people? You're just making general statements. If you want a specific answer, you have to ask a specific question.
Essentially, right? So why don't you go live like the Amish right now and go do it? Because
that's a communal society, right?
That's not the point.
The words "there are no options" and "that's not the point" means she definitely lost.
Yeah, and just the lie of there's no American-made hats of that nature.
Are you driving in the wrong way of traffic?
No, I just got changed around. I just moved here like 2 months ago.
Okay.
All right, what's going on here?
Okay. Do you understand what's going on, though?
Yes.
You're going into oncoming traffic.
I know, and I just decided that it was better just to turn around and really...
What's going on here?
Okay.
But I'm sorry. I just have like really bad social anxiety and stuff.
I get you.
I don't want to step out whenever you're asking for stuff.
Okay.
All right, she seems obviously very confused. I don't know. Is she drunk? Is she high? Or is she just really awkward?
Okay, well, we're past that. Just go ahead and step out.
As an indigenous person.
Oh boy, here we go. As an indigenous person, what?
Right back here, please.
You're driving the wrong way on the road.
Well, I'm non-binary, so.
Okay. What do you go by?
Kai.
How can I refer to you tonight? Kai?
It seems, I mean, so far it seems like the cop is being polite, no?
Okay. Hey, I'm smelling alcohol.
Ah, there we go.
How much you consume tonight?
There we go.
Probably 3 drinks.
I need to run you through some tests right now. Stand facing
3 drinks
me,
of what?
But I just want you to know that I also have very bad social anxiety.
You and me both.
Okay.
That stunned her. Her expression was good there, though. Oh, shit, didn't see that coming. That's pretty good, though. Ram says she identified as sober. Jill says that person that got pulled over by the cop is beyond saving. Honey, if a cop is trying to intimidate you, you will be intimidated. Yeah. And Nick says she's about to identify as someone who's going to jail. Yeah, because I mean, I try and be fair about this. I don't try and jump to conclusions, because at first it looked like she was just, and that can happen to any of us. If what she said was true and you're in a new area, new surroundings, you can get turned around and be going the wrong way. I could see that. But then it started to become apparent that I think that a little bit of was helping her go the wrong way.
Any recent head trauma, traumatic brain injuries, anything I need to know about?
Mental, yes.
All right, so...
Focus on my finger, please.
I am.
You're drunk,
just,
honey.
Trying to intimidate me.
Oh, here we go. Now this is where she loses me completely, or they lose me completely, whatever. Now it's victim time. You're trying to intimidate me. How the hell is he trying to intimidate you? So now it's going to be, I'm going to play I have emotional issues. you're being mean to me. The whole world hates me. Yeah,
I'm trying to do that.
I got no
This
use
is
for
the
that.
test.
As you know, as an Indigenous person and
What's your Indigenous person?
around,
What do you?
I'm
what?
sorry, but it's just for me to be on my toes.
They're using the non-binary card to get out of legal situations now.
well,
What is this world?
She was just playing the victim card that so many people play nowadays. One Visual FX guy says, I identify as a Babylon Bee writer. That's why I'm using that joke. Angel said, I stepped out for a bit. This is kind of a lot. And again, though, now not so much with this last person there, but with the activists, the worst part about it is how much they hurt the causes they're supposedly trying to champion. Because again, when you're a lunatic, and as we saw earlier, and you present yourself or present your case by screaming at the top of your lungs, you make everybody that you're claiming to represent look as loony as you.
Then I prepare something, maybe it's a little historical, maybe a little poetic. There's a lot of performative people on this board who will say one thing in support of Black people, homeless people, trans people, and then immediately stab you in the face. So I don't have any words prepared today. I just want you to feel our pain.
Oh no, this is going to lead to something, because I was with this person for a time. It's like, okay, you have some gripes. I don't know if they're legit or not because I don't know the circumstance, but you have some gripes. But now we're going to do something stupid.
I am going to spend the next minute
Jesus Christ,
screaming.
Here we go.
That is what the trans in this country, in this city, has brought me to.
And you just did so much damage to the trans community because you're the idiot that's going to be in all these compilation videos and stuff. When I still believe, and just from my own limited experience, the majority of trans people are, again, just people. They're just trying to get by like all the rest of us are trying to get by. And they have to be represented, unfortunately, by people like this because that's what gets clicks. Oh, boy. That's moronic. You're doing that for attention for yourself and nothing else.
Well, that loud scream she just let off shows that she knows she lost.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But see, the problem is, of course, if a trans person went up there and spoke their thoughts, feelings, and their case eloquently, it wouldn't make any of these highlight reels. Oh, I've seen this. For those of you who don't know, these are a group of vegans, and he's chowing down on some meat. I'm not sure what it was. But I do like how, in almost every one of these encounters, immediately they go to penis size. They're really fixated on dicks. And I wouldn't care. I've always said I don't get mad at somebody if they say something to me that's true. You can say I got a little dick. So what? It happens. I'm okay with it. If you're not, well, move along.
After hearing something like this, I'd actually be more motivated to eat meat.
I've always been
Yeah. You're small dick. Oh, hold on.
Delusional, yeah.
Always been delusional.
And it has led me to great heights and very low lows.
She might be admitting she's delusional, but saying she reached great heights is the most delusional statement of them all.
Look at this art.
I don't know who that person was. I'm not going to comment on that one because I don't know who the person was. So I don't know what height she's reached or has not reached, but let's see. It's like when Lisa Simpson ruined Homer's barbecue after she became a vegan. Yeah, eating in front of them. Yeah, that's pretty fun. And the guy is so chill about it too. Just so chill. Is it a dick move? Yeah, kinda. But it's also kind of funny. But I don't understand why the people there, why do the vegans engage him? You know that's what somebody's trying to get you to do. But it goes on all day, every day on social media. Rage bait, rage engagement is all the rage. Get it? Because rage. Okay.
Today. The dangerous rise of men who won't date woke women.
Okay.
Pathetic.
Why?
I know you probably can't tell, but I'm quite woke and very alert to
I could tell.
Social injustice.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. This is not legit. This is somebody's playing a role here. I bet every penny I got on it. It's not a lot of pennies, but I bet every one of them.
Woke discrimination.
Let's see how far it goes.
Should not be tolerated. Also,
nah, this isn't legit.
I mean, look at these bangs. They're perfect.
Yeah, look at these bangs. Here we go. This is actually funny.
10 years, ever since I started free bleeding in women's marches. But what kind of man doesn't love that level of confidence?
This is funny. Every guy would appreciate that.
I mean, he has to be.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Obviously.
Here we go.
And he must have his pronouns in his bio.
Sure, of course.
He must provide proof of vaccination and
all his boosters.
And
correct.
He must wear an N95 mask. Or
well, he's banging me. Yeah, I know it's going to be while he's banging me. This one's a put on. Doing a hell of a job, though. This is entertaining.
Because that's what healthcare is for.
Freaking about condoms, that's what abortion is for.
I don't shave any body hair, but he has to be perfectly manscaped with the body of Chris Hemsworth. He also must be.
I have a body that looks like I ate Chris Hemsworth. That's like pretty much the same thing, I think.
Okay with the fact that I wear natural deodorant. It doesn't really work.
It doesn't really
at least
work.
I don't have aluminum seeping into my skin. And last but not least,
look at the smug, satisfied smirk at the end of every sentence, too. This is really good.
At least I don't have aluminum seeping into my skin. And last but not least, he must not like video games or sports.
Oh, we're done.
So I don't
Damn
really
it.
know
I was
what
with
the
you till
problem
then.
is. I'm a total catch.
Now, wait a second. The maker of this video, whoever put this, I've forgotten. I apologize. As I said, always whenever we react to something, the link to the original is in the description. But they didn't really believe that was legit, did they? It was very well done. Clever Cleaver. Yeah, that was funny. But there's no way that one was legit. I know sometimes it's hard to tell because they get so ridiculously over the top. But as I said, I bet you every penny I got that. That was just a little bit of satire.
Did you ever think that maybe it's your attitude or maybe it's your irrational list of standards? What do you mean attitude?
Oh, we're still going. Okay.
Also, I don't have to lower my standards for any man or anyone.
All right.
She says she's a woke woman. Sounds more like a joke to me.
Okay, was he Alpha Central? That's the name of the channel, obviously. Was he admitting then that he caught that it was a joke? Right? I hope he was.
This is just a little message.
Oh,
to all the comedians.
Already, I can tell you that. That's another one. This guy's doing a show
On the internet who think they can just say.
Look at those eyes.
Okay, free speech is racist. It's homophobic. It's transphobic. And by the way, you will not
the hiss was a great touch. You got to give the guy that. The hiss rocked. The hiss was an excellent touch.
Who thinks they're a free speech and a freedom fighter, they will not be successful.
That was
Okay,
good
you will
shit.
Fail. Nobody's watching your stupid sketches, okay? Nobody's making fun of you. They're making fun of you. That's what they're doing. You're going to be poor, okay? You're not going to have a house or anything, okay? So just
His eyes are.
stop it.
Would you get off my property?
Oh, I've seen this dude before. Okay, so I've seen him before.
Racist.
Racist.
Racist people in Texas. It's hot and it's racist.
It's hot and it's racist.
Bro, just.
That was good. That was well played. Oh, I'll tell you guys too. When this video goes live to the channel, if you have video collections, and they don't have to be on this topic at all, but on any popular topic, pop culture, politics, whatever. But if there's a theme to them, and it would be something fun for me to watch and comment on and interact with you guys commenting on, let me know I don't know if you can post links. I don't know what YouTube's up to now in the comments, but if you can't, just give me the exact title of the video and I'll look it up
Award for
for future
actor.
streams.
This is exactly how sensitive people be talking about comedians these days.
Yeah. You're not vegan, you're an animal abuser? Yeah. I'll kill that bitch. They can't because I'm hungry and I want a hamburger. Now go fuck off.
The fact
we want a lot of things we're not going to get. I don't. Most of us don't want to die, and we're all going to someday. That animal's just going to die sooner. And why? Because I need a hamburger.
she yells, "You have blood on your hands" to a chef says everything.
What?
Glad she was removed
Yeah, I like
from that restaurant, and hopefully she
my
gets a
burger's
trespassing
rare,
charge.
so yes,
You
I
guys
always
have
have
made
blood
it
on
to
my
the end
hands.
of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe.
That was a fun time. So what do you guys think? We'll have a few minutes here to just recap, talk about whatever you want. And as I said, if you have some good video collections like this on any topic, doesn't have to follow along these lines. I don't want to do the same thing over and over. Just make sure when this video goes up on the channel to put it in the comment section, because I read them all. I read all the comments. I might not do all of the videos. It might, just might not be something I think I have a lot to offer on, but I will read them all. Animals want to live, but do we respect their rights? Well, that's the thing, Rosa. Again, all of us animals are going to die someday. Some of them are going to die in the for what I believe is a very honorable cause, and that's giving a fat guy like me an extra burger. Yeah, Patreon message is fine too, Jill. Yep, any place you can reach out to me any place. And if you got some collections you want to suggest, by all means do so. One visual effects guy says, "I'd rather be Deadpool personally. Batman is cool, but this Marvel Jesus we're talking. This is Marvel Jesus we're talking about." Yeah, that guy, the guy who comes to the door, I've seen him in other clips online. I can't remember his name, but I can barely remember my own. So Rosa says, "Am I allowed to bark at vegans? I identify as a dog today." Yeah, Jeff says dinner is served. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the guy that was eating meat in front of the vegans. Again, is that a dick move? Sure. Is it funny? I think so. But why do people give in? When you know somebody's just there trying to call you out. If it were me, and I'm opposed to whatever it is, whatever stunt they're pulling, I'm opposed to the ideals that it represents. And there's cameras around, and it's an obvious stunt. I'm not going to go up and challenge them on it. That's what they're looking for. You're feeding them just what they want. Chrome says, "Oh well, I can recommend a really good one for you. Look up Movie Bob either on YouTube or Twitter and put in words like racist, eugenics." Okay, if you think of it, Chrome, just shoot me. Yeah, you don't even have to put it in the comments. Over at the Goosh, our Patreon, just shoot me a PM over at the Goosh, because I'm going to forget. As soon as before the stream even ends, I'll have forgotten. So, any suggestions you guys want, hit me with them. That guy is actually a street preacher. Which one, Beaches? The guy that I was saying I've seen from other videos? That guy? Or the guy that was eating meat? I'm just curious. Oh, the KFC eater. Okay. Well, I'll save it for another time. I can tell you a story. You talk about street preachers. I had a funny encounter with one in New York City in real time one day, and it was probably kind of stupid on my part because I really could have gotten a horrific beating there. But as I've always said, I learned a long time ago that if something is going to be funny, or if I'm the only one who thinks it's going to be funny, but I think it's going to be funny for me to say it or do it, I'm doing it. And then I'll deal with the consequences later. That's led to a lot of ass beatings for me. If they'd have kicked my ass, they wouldn't have been getting a virgin. Chrome says he's genuinely an insane nut obsessed with politics who believes in eugenics based against Republicans. Really? That'll be interesting. But guys, thanks for hanging out and watching this with me. Thanks for all your input. That's what's fun about these is it allows us in real time to talk about the things we want to think about. And as always, I wish I had more time, and maybe I'll make these streams longer and I'll spend more time talking about each thing because we had John was here. John, I'm glad you came. I was just going to mention you because John obviously had a different take than I did on something, and I kind of got distracted because I like when people have a different take. If anyone claims to know the truth, walk in the opposite direction. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that, John. Anybody who, that's actually very accurate. If somebody's telling you they know the truth, the big truth, not hanging around. And apologies, John. I know we got started on a back and forth there, but as we're doing them, there's so many comments come up, and watching the videos, I get lost in it. But because I don't want anyone to ever feel, whether it's politics or anything else, I welcome people with a different perspective. All I ask, no matter what your perspective is people keep it respectful, not just to me, but towards each other and everything. The two things I ask are, is people are respectful, and that people don't claim things to be fact that are not. Those are the two things that will get you bounced off the stream, because that just drives me insane. There's enough misinformation out there. Now, if you want to come in and say, well, I believe this or I think that, that's fine. But when people state something as fact, and it's easy, and it happens all the time, it's easily proven not to be fact, then you get bounced out. Oh, John says, just a bit tipsy and got emotional. John, I've said for years, had this channel since 2011, and I stand by it. Some of the greatest posts and comments I've gotten over these years are the posts and comments that have identified as either drunk and or high. It's been a lot. There's been a lot of great ones over the years for me. All right, you guys, that's it for this one. Thanks so much. And as I said, feel free to recommend future videos for us to break down together. I'll talk to y'all real soon.